to make children choir samples.
So the most important part of this whole process, Fruity Notebook, it has to be 2. Open up Fruity Notebook. We'll start. Ready? What choice will you make when the fire rises? No.
No, that's...
Alright. What will you make when the...
When your back's against the wall. Just easy.
Will you rise or will you fall? The real question is, will you... Question of the hour. This is really a look in on our process when we do these.
Like a AABB stanza pattern.
Will you come to... Alright, this one is called Society. Boom.
Now that we got that out of the way, just kind of hum some melodies.
I'm gonna open it on... Hey. What choice will you make when your back's against the wall? What choice will you make when your... What choice will you make when your... What choice will you make when your... Choice will you make when your back's against the wall? When your back's against the wall. The real question is, will you rise or will you fall? Boom. First line is done on my behalf. You feel me? Will you fall? What decision will you come to? Who will you call? You better choose wisely. It affects us all. It affects us all. It affects us all. It affects us all. Fall. What decision will you come to? Who will you call? You better choose wisely. It affects us all. This is what I have so far.
What choice will you make when your back's against the wall? The real question is, will you rise or will you fall? What decision will you come to? Who will you call? You better choose wisely, it affects us all.
So it just needs a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let CD take over.
Boing. Basically, we got this lit foundation. We're just gonna be building upon said foundation. At this stage, basically, I'm just listening, trying to think of little harmonies and characteristic sort of things to add.
Make when your back's against the wall.
Alright, something like that.
What choice will you make when your back's against the wall? The real question is, will you rise or will you fall? What choice will you make when your back's against the wall? Will you rise or will you fall?
And I'm just kind of putting some emphasis on some of these parts towards the end, just to spice things up a hair.
What choice will you make when your back's against the wall? The real question is, will you rise or will you fall? What decision will you come to? Who will you call? You better choose wisely, it affects us all. What decision will you come to? Who will you call?
A couple layers.
What decision will you come to? Who will you call?
Woo. Alright.
What decision will you come to? Who will you call?
Alright, I'm just gonna route these vocals to a mixer track. So did Control-Shift-L. Basically from here, just gonna highlight sections, route them to 1. Everything's peaking, so we're gonna bring these down.
What choice will you make when you're back?
And you can also just kind of pan some of them a bit differently to make it seem like a full choir.
What choice will you make when your back's against the wall? The real question is, will you rise or will you fall?
And for some of these higher notes, I just like to make the stereo separation a little bit more, give it more room.
What choice will you make when your back's against the wall? The real question is, will you rise or will you fall?
Wait, basically, now I'm just going to render out the raw version of this.
The real question is, will you rise or will you fall?
4.
Against the wall. The real question is, will you rise or will you fall? What decision will you come to? Who will you call? You better choose wisely, it affects us all.
And notice there's no auto-tune on this. That's for a reason. It's because kids don't use auto-tune when they're singing in choirs. Yeah, basically.
That's where y'all be fucking up.
Obviously, this doesn't sound like tonally perfect. You gotta think about it logically. What would a kid be doing? Is a child really gonna have the vocal capacity to be hitting these notes perfectly like auto-tune? Let alone a entire choir of like 12 of them? Probably not. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it natural. Let's keep it for the kids. Make it a little more stereo. Just gonna add a very small amount of reverb here.
What choice will you make when your back's against the wall? The real question is, will you rise or will you fall? What decision will you come to? Who will you call? You better choose wisely, it affects us all.
Just to kind of make it a little bit more bulky. That's pretty much it. You guys can hear this is the final product.
What choice will you make when your back's against the wall? The real question is, will you rise or will you fall? What decision will you come to? Who will you call? You better choose wisely, it affects us all.
But we actually happen to have a kid out right now, as you can see on the left. Hold on. Whoa, hey, look at that. As you can see under me, Child's Play Library Volume 2. There's 2. We'll link both of them in the description. It comes with 10 samples, so 5 from both of us, and then 10 vocals like you just saw us record right there. But let me run through those real quick.
Heart's beating just to keep your body warm. The coldest people, they love to surround me, getting even with the fact that I'm still torn. Stay up, don't look down, you'll keep falling, falling, falling. Stay deep inside the valley of the gods, heading for the rock that can set me free. If heaven or hell could be a place called home, would you change your ways and wash away your sins? More angels have fallen for the la 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 la. Live, I just wanna live, I just wanna live. Lord, please forgive, I just wanna live, I just. There's a place where we all go, where no one else can find us and we can hide away. There's a place that no one knows. Stop, stop, you don't have to live like this. Stop, slipping through your fingertips. Stop, whistles of the past in the wind. They tell me everything that they pretend to be, walking in the tracks of fake friends. People scream at me and shout, you have to win. I block my ears so I can find some peace, but they keep clawing at me, scratching at my skin.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a pleasure coming back to the channel. It has been so long, but hope you guys enjoyed. Go check out Child's Play 2 or 1. All of the above. 3 coming soon. Thank you guys for watching. Adios.